What's going on? We back. Goodfella Sports TV, man. We in this thing, and appreciate everybody for rolling through. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to make a donation, donation link in the description to PayPal. I appreciate everybody for following through. Respect. Peace to everybody out here who continue to share the channel, share the videos. That's much appreciated. That means more than anything to me. Okay. But they weighed in today. Demetrius, Andrade, and Walter. K, I'm just going to call him that, from Namibia. He weighed in. Walter weighed in at 158.6. Demetrius Andrade weighed in at 160. And one thing I noticed when I watched the film, and I ain't going to say this is a prediction. It's not a lot of film on this Walter K guy on the net. So I can't really just say this is a hard prediction. I'm just going to call it a final thoughts. He's huge. You know, I didn't know how big he was and how big his opponent was that he fought for the vacant or for the African WBO middleweight title. But obviously, Demetrius Andrade is around 6'2", 6'2.5". This Walter guy might be like 6'3", 6'4"-ish, man. And he's physically huge, strong jawline. He came in shape. He made it. He made the weight easy. Heard about some interviews he did. He seemed to be very, very confident in shocking the world versus Demetrius Andrade. You know, he's supposed to be this big puncher. And, well, Andrade also came in at 160 pounds even. And, you know, Walter K can probably going to be the physically stronger man in the ring. No doubt about it. It's going down tomorrow on the zone. No, I do not support the zone. No, I will not put any money into the zone. If I can't stream it, then I don't need to watch it. So, I'm pretty sure I'll find a stream for it. But I'm just telling you that. But Andrade is a good fast switch fighter. One of the misconceptions about Demetrius Andrade is that he's fleet of foot. His feet is not that good. He moves well, but he seems to have like size 15 feet, and his feet are not all that well. Okay, he's a southpaw. He can switch righty as well. And I just looking at tape, the athletic ability is just night and day. Walter K, he looks slow to me. He's strong though. Seems like he's a good puncher. But is he just a good puncher, you know, on the continent of African level? Or is he a world-class puncher? And that's what you have to ask yourself. He looks physically strong. He made a comment saying, you know, what's the difference between if I only fought in my country, what's the difference between everybody else just fighting their country? You know what I'm saying? In regards to not fighting outside the continent of Africa. And the difference is that it's levels to this shit, you know. It's levels. You know, in America, you got a melting pot, Walter. You got Africans, you got guys from the UK, you got Black Americans, you got Mexicans, you got people from Canada and the UK, you got somewhat of a melting pot as well, okay? So it's just the unknown. We've seen guys from Africa come up and smash guys before, okay? Isaac Dogbaim, though, he had, I think he had migrated or moved to London. He was from Africa and didn't have virtually nobody on, he had nobody on his resume, but he had tenacity, he had the right mindset, and that's the beauty of the unknown in this. Obviously, we want to see Billy Joe Saunders versus Demetrius Andrade. Billy Joe Saunders juice. And I told you guys, the reason Demetrius Andrade and them did VADA testing is because they knew Billy Joe Saunders was on some type of performance-enhancing drug. I'm telling you, they knew. When Demetrius Andrade fought Lantez Fox, I don't believe it was VADA testing on the line, and it was to the point where for the VADA testing, they couldn't afford it. You know, he didn't have the money out of his pocket. Eddie Hearn wasn't putting the VADA testing money up. Victor Conti came in from Snack, you know, who's supposed to be helping athletes with clean nutrition. He's a former PED peddler and pusher as well, snitch bitch ass. But he came in from Snack, and he sponsored the drug testing. He paid for it. It's like, what, $10,000 to $20,000 for the drug testing. It's very, very expensive. And before that, Demetrius Andrade on IFL TV and the Cornerman Radio, I also subscribed to the Cornerman Radio, Barzini. He did an interview with, both of them did an interview with Demetrius Andrade, and he said he wasn't interested in fighting for a title. He said that. He said that. He wasn't interested in fighting Billy Joe for his title. He needed to get stronger. He needed to get more fit. You know, that's what he said, you know. And, you know, all of a sudden, he said, I don't need no tune-ups. I'm ready to fight Billy Joe after Billy, you know, after the fact. You know, he knew Billy Joe Saunders was on something. I don't care what nobody say. But Andrade is a slick southpaw. He can switch up, but he prefers to stay in the southpaw stance. I think his feet is overrated. He don't move that well, but he can move. He's not the most fleet of foot guy. Second fight at the weight class, I believe it is. Had a terrible fight versus Jack Coldclaw. Had a snoozer versus Lante Fox. So, and he's been inactive over the last 3 or 4 years of his career. So, Walter K, big puncher, strong guy, got a little bit of a height advantage. He's at a crazy disadvantage speed-wise from what I've seen on film. He going to punch with Andrade. Andrade is skilled. Andrade could perhaps be the most talented fighter in the world. Not only the most talented middleweight of the world, but mentally is where, mentally is where we question him at. And where is he mentally at? And Walter K, coming from Africa, from Namibia, will he be strong? We've seen Julius Ndongo from Namibia and knock out Edward Chavansky, who just lost to Relic in the first round of the World Box Super Series tournament by unanimous decision. We've seen Dogbe come over here, virtually unknown guy. Can he follow that trend and come over here and dominate Demetrius Andrade? And that's the question. Can he upset the apple cart? And I'm pretty sure if he does upset Demetrius Andrade, Eddie Hearn will sign him to the zone. Trust me, he will already have options on him. He's already high-wired that contract where he will control this dude's promotional future to give them some security if Andrade does lose. Knowing that Andrade's been in, not fighting top competition, not been active, okay? This is his first fight of the year. I don't know how active Walter K has been, but if this is his first fight of the year, there's a chance. And, this is where the weaknesses come in at for Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is actually, he actually sucks in the intangibles department, man. He really does suck in the intangibles department. And when you say intangibles, those are things you can't reach out and touch. So as, for example, heart, soul, spirit, mentality, things like that nature. And we question his mental. We question his heart. Intangible that people question is how good is his chin. He's never been in there with anybody worth a damn, and he's almost 31 years old. He will be 31. He will be 31 in a couple of days, and he's turned pro in 2008. So he's been pro for 10 years, and virtually has fought absolutely nobody. He'd be 31 years old in about 4 days. So inactivity has killed him. But Walter K, they don't have a height listing, but as you see, he's significantly taller than Demetrius Andrade from Namibia. And the level of competition that he did fight in Namibia has all been in Namibia. I think I've seen one fight in Ghana. Some of these dudes have really, really strong records on his resume. Some of them have really terrible records. So just me going off the resume and seeing this guy's resume, I think he's going to be very, very game. I think he's going to have a real strong jaw, but he's going to get beat up. He might be tougher than Demetrius Andrade. He might have more heart. He might have a better chin. He might have more dog than Demetrius Andrade. But just because you have some intangible advantages, you need some tangible advantages. And even if he punches harder than Andrade, that's not going to be enough to beat Demetrius Andrade, in my opinion. Andrade has too many tangible advantages, speed, power, and an intangible experience. So all you can do, experience can be tangible, intangible, but he has too many advantages. This guy is just, he don't have the experience. He don't have the resume. I couldn't imagine him getting even, good sparring, basically taking this fight at the last minute, even though they told him to stay ready like 3 weeks ago. So he didn't get an opportunity to get the sparring in. This is a glorified mismatch, in my opinion. And everybody just be crossing their fingers for an upset, but it's a card of mismatches. I was going to pick Andrade to beat Billy Joe Saunders anyway. But, like I said, these are glorified mismatches, for real, and that's just my personal opinion. And this is what you're paying for $10 on the zone, glorified mismatches. The next card, one of the next major cards is November 17th from A-City, Atlantic City, versus Luis Arias taking on Gabriel Rosado, Brandon Rios taking on Ramon Alvarez, Canelo brother. That's what you're going to get, mismatches. But I picked Demetrius Andrade by, I'll tell you unanimous decision, just dog walking the guy all over the ring. Like I said, it's not one of my thorough predictions. I'm just going to call it final thoughts. Just my opinion on it. They both physically look good. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Much blessed to all the brothers and sisters out there. If you want to make a donation, the PayPal link is there as well. You want to get in touch with me, my email is there. You got a video request, DM me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. More Instagram than anything in Twitter. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We gone.